Since I graduated from the Bridge, I have gotten a teaching certification for teaching ESL, which I then spent 2 years doing in Costa Rica, where I was working at a language academy in San Jose. I came back here in 2019, here being California, where I'm currently taking community college courses, mostly because the pandemic uh, kept me really from moving when I got home. Um, I yeah, I'm transferring hopefully to Loyola Marymount in the fall, and I will be studying psychology and Spanish there. I think one of my biggest moments that I remember is me reaching Ramos, but not actually getting there, and then almost getting in a fight with Joey, and then dropping all the way back down to Tierra, and then like not bullshitting my way through any of the stuff that I had to do for the program and for myself.
Mm.
And then a more specific memory that I have about the bridge is just Sepekwe, going all the way up there into the mountains and just having a great time meeting so many people that I would normally never have the chance to realistically meet. Um, and just getting to work side by side with a group of people who were looking for a little help. And just, it felt really good being able to organize that trip. And I don't know, just realizing that you can definitely create change if you work together with other people. And it's a lot harder when you just want to change something, but you don't
Mm.
both ask for help and ask if somebody wants help. It was 1 or 2 weeks of like the intensive English class for the students that were entering high school
Mm.
after not getting English instruction in elementary school,
Mhm.
um, where we just sat down and just grinded English for like 6 or 7 hours a day
Yeah.
for a whole week, which
Yeah.
was my introduction to teaching English uh, at an adolescent and older level. I learned a lot about what doesn't work for me. And I think that is actually one of the biggest life lessons is being able to recognize things when they aren't working and then changing them as opposed to kind of accepting that it is what it is. Because I definitely was a bit of a shithead when I went initially and couldn't really acknowledge my problems and tried to kind of get out of anything that I didn't actively want to do. Um, and recognizing that as opposed to having to avoid things that I don't want to do, I can actively change the situation I'm in. I can make changes and, make my life better as opposed to just kind of sitting there and not being happy. The bridge definitely gave me a much stronger sense of agency. As you used to put it when I was there, jumping off the diving board, just taking that step and getting into the pool, not standing at the high dive, being terrified. Um, just trying everything uh, that I'm afraid to do. I mean, within reason, of course, but not holding myself back from opportunities because I'm afraid of what I might struggle with or what challenges there might be. And if I avoid and stand at the top of the high dive, as it were, uh, I'll never learn how to swim. Finding myself a community of people who actively support both my mental health and just kind of physical health has been really helpful. I've struggled with substance use, not anything like stronger than weed, but definitely struggled with the mental health aspects of that more than the physical health. Um, and yeah, finding a community of people who actively don't do that as opposed to just passively don't do that um, has been beyond helpful. And it's also give it in particular, it's given me the like confidence to just kind of not even consider going back to it, what I would say the bridge offered as a whole, like as you were saying, holistically evaluating the bridge as a component of everything that surrounds it. It offered a sandbox in which I was disconnected from most of my previous patterns, where I was isolated from people that would encourage a lot of my negative tendencies. And I was given opportunity after opportunity to try new things, to push my boundaries, removed from the perfectionist academic excellence or bust kind of attitude that I had become very accustomed to in high school, where it was about consistency and it was about doing what you said you would do and doing what you could, and not about performing equally to everybody else there. It gave me a new perspective on myself. The incredibly wide variety of activities that you could take as internships or that you could do as trips, or the amount of like basically the amount of customization, quote unquote. I don't know a better word to use for that, that you could use to tailor your experience in Costa Rica. And like I was an English teacher at a one room schoolhouse for a class of 12 kids ages 6 to 12, right? But then there was Daniel who was making guitars, and then there was Caleb who was just doing construction. Like he was just like having a great time just getting ripped and doing construction. Uh and so like all of us had the same requirements in order to be like successful within the program, but we all had at our fingertips whatever we really wanted to do. You can kind of make the bridge what you want it to be, and if you don't want to be there, you're not going to make it anything, which I definitely did for a little while. Uh, but yeah, it's like it's it's a sandbox. You can make it however you want it. Feeling like you could try new things and have a good time trying new things. And if they didn't work out, they didn't work out, and there was plenty of other things to try. Certifications don't have to come from college, and you can get certified in a course that takes 200 hours or less for a lot of things that you might want to try before you dedicate yourself to them. Broaden the scope of your search. Like, don't isolate yourself to the track that other people have told you is correct. Um, because I mean, it might be correct for them, but there's a lot of things that aren't correct for you that are correct for other people, and vice versa.